Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Adam. I'm your BringItDon. Off camera I sold all the cans of meat that I had to the, this woman right here. I still have cans of meat on him, I believe. It's not important, yeah, but he does have 25 cans of meat. Anyway, let's talk to the bartender first. I'm gonna guess that this is Ivan Ivanovich or whatever his name is. Because he has a beard, and I think I remember Dan saying that he has a beard, so we'll try to talk to this guy last. Let's talk to the bartender first. Alright. A bored-looking mustached man looks around the rusty barge. He doesn't look very interested as he glances at you. Oh, it's you, the person who changed the power situation around here. Well, my congratulations, I guess. Want to have something for that parched throat of yours? What's new around here? Why are you asking? The main news are how you changed life around here. Who knows what effect it might have? Let's ask him some questions. Why so grim looking? Slow day? Yep, we lost a lot of people recently. What can we do? The bandits are crazy around here. The traders are looking for ways around this place. Me and the wife hang on by selling stuff to those who come look at the dogfights here in the hole. Muffled dog barking is heard from down below. What can you tell me about Paragon? It's a former pirate keep, but nowadays it's like a true settlement, more or less. Well, less actually, but still. I won't whine. Life is kind of fun back here, if you know how to live. What manner of gossip have you heard? It's a weird way of asking. Some so-called scientists once told me that the Hesperus star is an asteroid that's coming straight for Earth. Yeah, right. Everyone around here knows that the Hesperus star is actually a planet out of the Taurus system. What should I fear in Paragon? Crooks, con artists. There's a lot of folks here who tend to hide their true intentions. But when was the world free of such people? Never, I tells you. Alright. Let's talk to this guy next. A middle-aged man with a broad smile on his face greets you by clapping his hands. You've never seen him before, but it doesn't seem like he has an ulterior motive. It seems like this man is just genuinely happy to greet all the passers-by. Oh, hello there, old chum. If you're here to see my show, then I must apologize in advance. The comedian Nikita Konev, who is me, turned out to be a little too sharp-tongued for the local bourgeois. Bourgeois? Maybe it's bourgeois. Bourgeoisie? Bourgeois? I don't know. I'm going to say the local people. However, the cancellation of my show was reimbursed to me in free drinks, so my good mood isn't affected. He looks like a real estate agent. I could even do a private show for you. I can tell you a joke. You just need to ask. I promise I'll make you laugh. Or did you have another reason for approaching me? Oh, so you're a joker? Well then, tell me a joke. Alright, listen up. I'm always wary of staying in the center of Krasno. After all, there's a strong pressure on me. It's several bars. Okay. Alright, let's hear another one. Alright, listen here. A man from Otradnoye went fishing and caught a goldfish, and the goldfish said to him, "Let me go and I'll make your wish come true." It's funny, because it really happened. Nowadays, radiation is the best sense of humor. But, Alright, let's change the subject. I'm not going to keep asking him for subpar jokes. If you want to hear real jokes, come watch my Let's Plays. Alright, is it hard to be a professional comedian nowadays? My man, in the heyday of my career, I had a show in the building of the Chamber of Commerce in Krasno. I was walking through a corridor before the performance, and there I've heard pig shrieking coming from underneath the massive steel doors, along with a senile voice reading "The Capital." Do you see where I'm going with this? Nowadays the comedy writes itself. There's no talent or hard work required. The life itself is turned into a joke, and that probably is the only thing about all this that isn't really funny. So what, you make a living by telling jokes? Nah, not really. Sometimes I help out on construction projects. Sometimes I help harvesting the crops. But darn, there were times when I used to deal all kinds of drugs that cheered people right up. But it was such a long time ago, it's no longer true. Just an example of how far a man can go in order to survive. My throat is killing me. Alright, where did you perform already? Did you go on tour anywhere? I was everywhere, old chum, like the wind. I had the pleasure of ridiculing the government of Trudegrad, and in the far north first, I got to make fun of the Snow Horde in front of their enemies, the Murom gang. Only a week after, I stood before the Snow Horde roasting the Murom gang. So long story short, I'm in many places, everywhere except for Kidez, because it sunk. Have you heard any rumors lately? Without the rumors and gossip, I wouldn't have anything for my jokes, so of course I know a lot of them. Here's an interesting one, for example. Most of the lands of the north are divided and ruled by opposing gangs and tribes. Most of them require you to pay them for crossing their territory by giving them money, vodka, animal furs, canned goods. And this one gang, the Death Gang, do you know what they wanted our caravan to do for them? They wanted us to draw them the maps of Krasno, Paragon, Fogolevka, and Otradnoye. What the hell did I need them for? Yeah, I couldn't imagine. So that's how the gangs get all their intel. Alright, done talking. Fidel, why do you have this out? He's got the wooden assault rifle equipped. Alright, let's talk to this guy. That is the best picture I've seen in this game. I wonder if I should pick this stuff up. And probably afford to. What, 45 rubles for all this? I'll just pay for it. Where are my rubles at? I have the hardest time spotting these darn things. There we go. See, now he has 110 rubles that I want. Alright. A tall, pouty man looks at you, looks into a grimy cup. His shifty eyes round about every object in the room. Once in a while he drinks without stopping his observations. What are you drinking? Should I order the same? The man looks at you with doubt and grabs his mug hard. It's just booze. What do you want? Listen, your face looks familiar. Have we met before? What's your name? The man looks at you with doubt and finally shakes his head. The name's Ostap. But honestly, I don't remember meeting you anywhere outside of Paragon. I'm glad to meet you, but I seem to be mistaken. Probably. Alright, let's reinitiate. Can I ask you some questions? Tell you the truth, I'm not in the mood for questions. Maybe I should have... Alright, hold on, I'm gonna reload real quick. I'm gonna ask him that other question first. Alright, do that, right? And then, waiting for someone? The man lifts up his left brow and shakes his head. Waiting, huh? Well, maybe, but mostly I'm just killing time. Many around here are simply killing time. Tell me more, friend. Right, well, I'm in a predicament. Let's say I made a very spontaneous deal, and I mingled with the wrong crowd. Now I'm paying for it. The man shuts up as if remembering not to say too much, and looks at you suspiciously. That's about it. Now go, and stop distracting me from thinking. You understand that talking about this topic more is not in the man's future plans. I see how it is. Can I ask something else? Alright, well, your face looks familiar. Have we met before? Alright, so he might be part of a quest later on. Alright, so I can't talk to that guy. You see a man on the verge of his 50th birthday. Actually, I meant 50th birthday. This is indicated by the gray hairs that are seen in his thick black beard, by a strong forehead accentuated by the high receding hairline, as well as his piercing, assessing eyes that only the man who's seen a lot in his life can have. The man is pensively leaning over a vodka shot. A hoodlum sitting next to him is whispering something in his ear. Pardon me, am I interrupting you? Both the bearded man and the hoodlum sitting next to him raise their heads at the same time. The bearded man is first to talk to you. He's polite, but you can still hear a slight irritation in his voice. Excuse me. Who do I have the honor of talking to? Oh, my manners. My name is, Master Suspirio. Suspirio. Can't say it. I'm just gonna say Donald. I doubt that's your real name. However, I can't verify it. You can call me Ivan. Ivan, is it? Are you Ivan Ivanovich, by any chance? An official from Krasno? The man raises his eyebrows in surprise and exchanges glances with his hoodlum guardsman. Sorry, I have to recover. My throat is just... Ugh. Man. What makes you think that I'm that very Ivan Ivanovich? You fit the description. Do I? And who described me to you? Your mate Dan from the factory. Ivan Ivanovich slaps himself on the forehead and invites you to sit down with a gesture. Yes, that's right. How could I forget? That's all about the elections in that village, Otradnoye. Yes, I indeed agreed to help Denis Denisovich with this pernickety job, to legitimize the process, so to speak. Why did you decide to help Dan? Denis Denisovich and his gang, army, have lately become official representatives of Krasno and the Wasteland. I, as representative of official authorities, have to help our subordinates. That's nice. In any case, or in that case, it's time for you to be on your way. The village elections must be held. What is it, time already? Well, what's there to be done? I said I would help, and so I must do it. Ivan Ivanovich and his bodyguard get up from the table. Let's get to the car already. If you guys need a ride as well, then come along. There's still place in the car. It'd be nice to... Oh my god, I can't read. It'd be nice to go on a ride. Yes, and a car in this area is a real life savior. Alright, well I guess we'll follow them to their car. I see this guy over here. Just gonna blow through that real quick. He's got a toolbox as well. The guy in Otradnoye sells a toolbox. I think that guy actually has it for cheaper. Because the guy in Otradnoye sells his for over 1,000. And that guy sold 2 for like 1,900. Oh, is this the car? Neat. The pre-war... Ivan Ivanovich and his 2 men are talking quietly about the pre-war Moscovich car. As he notices you, the official waves at you. We're heating up the engine. Well, shall I give you a ride, or will you walk? You go on then, I'm not in the mood to walk all the way back. Alright, you climb inside the old car. Its owner soon join you, having checked the engine and lit a quick cigarette. Soon the car begins to move and hits the highway, leaving a cloud of dust behind it. Nothing special happens during the journey. Fields, poplars, destroyed houses, and post-war huts fly by. You begin drifting away. But soon a push to the side of your body wakes you up. You've arrived in Otradnoye. Ivan Ivanovich and one of his guards go to a nearby building, while the other guard stays in the car to ward off nosy villagers. Alright, well we made it. I should have probably walked back to get the, start killing bandits. So I still never found that red masked gang. I don't remember who I'm supposed to turn that into. Alright, so what do I do here? I need to talk to Ivan and Otradnoye, who'll give me the next task. I'm gonna assume that he's over here, right? He might be in the bar as well. Well, he's not in here. Let's check the bar. Here's this guy. Former head of the village, Kovalev, sits at the table in the tavern. He holds a glass with some kind of spirit. The old man stares concentrated on the murky liquid. Sit at his table. Someday, right? Kovalev nods without looking away from the glass. Right. Everything fine, Comrade Kovalev? The man lifts his heavy gaze and sighs. Everything is fine. I'm actually glad things turned out this way. It's time for the village to pick a new leader. I don't know, I think you did good. You think so? I hope so. Everything I did for the prosperity of this village. Yes. Well, now it's retirement for me. I think I'll even get a garden. Yeah, right on. The man nods and suddenly smiles. Thank you. I thought this retirement was going to kill me, but I got peace instead. Run along now. You must have a lot to do. This old man has all the time in the world now. Keep your chin up, Comrade Kovalev. Alright. Oh, the mailman. Nothing I'm interested in. Alright. Maybe in this building, because that's where that old guy was at. Yeah, there he is. Alright. Ivan Ivanovich is discussing something with his bodyguard, but as he notices you, he livens up and claps his hands. There you are. Splendid. Listen, local supply and maintenance manager and one of the members of the election race, Comrade Gronkin, has already had a necessary political talk with the villagers. Kovalev has self-withdrawn and has lost touch with reality. Now all we have to do is play our cards well. Play our cards well? How's that? Most of the people are ready for the elections. Everyone will vote for the designated candidates. Some fishermen wanted to run in the elections, but it was duly explained to him that only the permanent village dwellers can take part in the elections. In other words, everything's going to be, legal. Right, and who are our candidates, apart from Comrade Gronkin? Ivan Ivanovich straightens his jacket and lowers his voice a bit. Apart from Gronkin, Katya Radchenko, a local pub owner, volunteered to run in the elections. Denis Denisovich foresaw that she could make this step. It's not a problem. He lowers his voice even more, almost switching to a whisper. Gronkin thinks the victory is already his, but it may not be so at all. I'll put it bluntly. Let's decide the village's fate here and now. Who should we support? I believe you as the factory representative have the full right to decide it. Well, I don't like Gronkin because he's a coward. I think I'm going to pick Katya. I think Katya should win. After all, it's fresh blood and new ideas. Ivan Ivanovich casts a quick glance at the village. I'm just going to start calling him Ivan, or Ivan. Casts a quick glance at the village supply and maintenance manager, who's sweating buckets and nods. I see. New ideas are good, of course. The lack of any kind of experience and a hot temper is not so much. However, with Dennis by her side, I'm sure she will conduct a policy that will be beneficial to the village. Alright, in that case, you might be interested to learn that there are two people in the village who are dead set against her candidacy. First of all, that's the wife of the Treasury Guardsman, a resourceful woman with a strict, wide face. I think her name is Karina. She herself is against Katya, and has set her husband against her and is muddying the waters in general. Secondly, it's Gronkin himself. It is best to point it out to him that he's not right. An official needs to talk to him about politics, if you will. You have to look for him far and wide. He's right here, close by. You should also find this Karina, somehow convince her to change her mind. Is that all of the opposition? The rest are either indifferent or will vote the same way as the majority. But there's one more thing. Of course there is. What is it? The man thoroughly slicks his receding hair and moves closer to you. Listen, the elections have to go really smoothly. This means we need 100% voter turnout, like it was in the USSR. May it rest in peace. The problem is that two men in the village refuse to vote. Plus, they confuse others. One is the so-called Grandpa Semyon, who doesn't want to vote for Gronkin out of principle, and according to him, doesn't want to place this cross on Katya. The other one is the guardsman Ian, who decided that democracy is also about the right to abstain. These two troublemakers need to be forced to cooperate. I see, I'll try to convince them. I'm glad to hear that. I do love administrative work. Alright, Gronkin. Superintendent Gronkin looks around in a hurry, obviously nervous. When he notices you, he snaps his fingers as if he got a sudden idea. Everything is ready for the election, just some minor details. What do you know? This is exactly why I came to have a chat with you. Yes? What is it? Maybe I need to prepare a speech or something. Oh, streetwise, I can finally use that. Because I got that that distinction when I read that book in the building in this town. In the treasury area. Listen, friend, it'd be better for all of us if Katya won. Let's try streetwise. Listen here, Paltroon. You'll vote for the girl, or I'll spill your guts all across this crap hole of a town. The superintendent grows red in the face, then pale, probably not understanding how to react in such a situation. Finally, he bites his lower lip and nods in agreement. Calm down, comrade criminal. I don't want to get messy. You won. I'll vote for Katya. Good thinking, my man. So now we gotta find Karina, who might be her. Alright, she's gonna vote for her husband, or as her husband votes, which I think is this guy. Katya must win this election. Oh, is it this woman? Oh, okay, these are the guys that Dan sent to help me with the elections. When the two notice you, the main man wearing a green hat speaks. Hey, Dan sent us to help, in case some of these folks won't vote. Alright, well, I got it, fine. The other man speaks up. He's a shifty-looking character without any headwear. We're your support. That's right. You never know when you need a sturdy hand. Why wait while they pick and choose? Just ask me to hasten things up a notch. I use both of my arguments, the left as well as the right. Man cracks his knuckles in a demonstration of sorts. Alright, well, let's go talk to Ian. I don't know if it's this guy or the other guy. Well, this is Yan, which I don't think is the guy I need to talk to. Or maybe it is. Okay. Hey there. Heard of the election? I'll probably pass. Let's talk about you not voting, okay? What's there to talk about? I have the right not to vote, so I won't. Is this how the true laborer thinks, comrade? You betrayed the collective and spit into Lenin's mummified face with your descent into self-imposed non-voter state. The guard lifts a brow in doubt, but it seems like your words have somewhat touched him. He's speaking just like a Soviet agitator from the pre-war times. Come on, I know it's what the collective wants, but I don't want to mess with this election. It just feels wrong somehow. Well, at least you said why you don't want to vote, but how is the election wrong? Tell me. The guard spits on the ground and clicks his tongue. I don't like that we only have two people involved. I like Katya, but she has no experience in politics. I really, really dislike Bronkin. He's a boring, thieving little man, so both options are kind of redundant. I'll tell you a big secret, buddy. There are no ideal candidates in democracy. Ever. So what should I do? Vote for some random person? That won't do. If you won't elect a leader, some bandit will name himself the new head of the village, and that's going to be that. What will you do then? Yan rubs his temples. Hell, that's true, I suppose. Fine. You talked me into it, I'll vote. Oh, well, good luck during the election. Alright, and then who else wouldn't vote? Need to find an old lady. The wife of the treasurer? Hey, do you have anything that I can buy? A club. Buy some more ammunition, and I guess I really don't need this because as long as I have the this thing, this isn't as valuable. All right, and you got any meds I can buy? Kind of. It wasn't her, right? She's the one that votes with, like, her husband. Where is this other woman at? Is it her? Or is she the old lady that I just talked to? Alright, before you stands an older woman with a straight back and a strict face. In her gaze, you detect concealed sorrow and a glimmer of intelligence. Okay, never mind, she's, okay. I don't know where this woman's at. Oh, what's this? Is that a picture? Compact cassette. This is the old lady I already talked to, right? I'm trying to keep track of all these people. Alright, so this is the old man that doesn't want to vote. Old man Semyon is scratching his hefty beard. When he sees you, he squints a little, and then smiles in his widest toothless grin at you. Oh, Shunny. All these elections make me nauseous. I'm too old for this. Can you tell me why you don't want to vote? What's there to tell? I don't like Gronkin, and I pity our little Katya too much. Quite the burden, looking out for the whole village. Please, old man. Everyone needs to vote. The old man sighs, takes off his hat, and touches his temple. Seems like your words made this old skeptic think. If it's that important, but I still doubt it, what can my vote change? They're still going to elect one of them. Do your part. My part will change nothing. It's for the majority to decide, not for me. One single vote changes little. There are few people living in Otradnoye. Every vote counts. The old man Semyon puts his hat back on and nods. That's right, that's right. Oh darn it, I'll vote. Never done it before, so I may as well try it out. That's the right choice, old man. Right, so I still need to find this other wife. Oh, is it? Oh, it's probably her. Yeah, Karina. Before you stands a tough woman with a large, hardened face. Seems like this is the same Karina Ivan Ivanovich talked about. Elections, elections. All candidates make me question why we even have them. What do you know? That's exactly why I came to have a chat with you. Are you not sure whom to support? I'll be voting for Comrade Gronkin. He's a wicked little guy, but he's got gumption. Really? I'm not going to use Streetwise. I don't think he has much experience for that. Because I don't have to invest in Streetwise, you just get it. He's experienced alright. Experienced as a thief, as a liar, as a hater of old ladies. The woman becomes more serious as you speak. Seems like your words woke up her doubts of Gronkin. Well, it's not news to me, but I always thought if the people show him respect and gratitude, he'll forget about his nasty old ways. You think otherwise? Who thinks that way? That's weird. I sure do. Once a thief, always a thief. The woman shrugs. Well, he sure does enjoy asking for bribes, but I never thought him a thief. Just an average politician. Just like in the good old days. But if you think he's a real crook, oh well. Might as well give Katya a fighting chance. If anything goes wrong, we can always back out on the results, right? Yeah, sure. But now, do vote for Katya. Good luck. Alright, that should be everyone talked to. Let's get these elections done. Ivan Ivanovich looks around with curiosity. As he notices you, he waves at you amicably. How can I help you? What is your forecast regarding the future of this village? It needs a government, a strict one, attentive to detail, demanding of every separate social unit. Provided that we succeed now in organizing a thing like that here, my forecast will be nothing but optimistic. Its location, infrastructure, proximity to the vital resources such as drinking water, those fantastically abundant mushrooms, and more or less healthy forest. All these factors promise great future to Otradnoye, as long as its people don't fail it. What is your opinion of the locals? Well, I've got mixed feelings about them, which is good, because usually the dwellers of places like this one only command pity. Local doctor Mikoyan, I believe? A good specialist. Needs to be given some students so that he doesn't lose his skills. I mean, the guy already addressed me as young man a few times. I fear his mind might fail him in the nearest years. Now, what can you tell me about this place? What? What? Why, Otradnoye must be the most decent of the local villages. Its location is great. A perfect place to build a summer house in. The drinking water is at hand. The nearest townships are close by, especially if you've got your own transport. In a word, it's great. Alright, well, everything is ready. I completed all of the tasks. Enough time is wasted. Alright, now we should start doing the most important part. Although, there's a small matter I need settled first. Continue listening in silence. Well, it's hard for me to ask this, but you see, we need at least 30 stacks of paper. For all the paperwork, you know? Paper doesn't come cheap nowadays. Are you serious? Where will I get so much paper? The man looks at you very seriously at first, but then bursts into laughter. His bodyguard gives you a crooked smile as well. They are most likely laughing at your expense. Oh my. You should have seen your face. Calm down. We got everything we need already. I'm not some novice in things like that. Fool me once, shame on you. The man smiles again and nods. Fine. Jokes aside, we need to start the show. Ivan Ivanovich slaps his bodyguard on the shoulder, and he slowly exits. Wait for the participants to arrive. The villagers are slowly gathering at the building entrance. You hear them talking and whispering to each other. People are trying to look into the building. They push each other for the opportunity to see inside. Ivan Ivanovich's bodyguard even has to scare some of the people away with his short wooden club. Ivan Ivanovich meanwhile prepares some pieces of paper and pencils, which he later spreads among the villagers. Even though the village is not too big, the voting process takes 2 whole hours, during which some of the people start political arguments, which have nothing to do with the votes. A pig barges into the voting area, and some fisherman from another village is caught trying to vote for himself. Finally, everyone leaves. Ivan Ivanovich looks at the stack of voting papers in his hands and puts them on a shelf. Well, it doesn't take a math genius to know the result. The man looks at the results again, whispers something almost without moving his lips, and finally speaks up. The youth won, by which I mean the charming Katya. Interesting. Never thought this crowd wanted change so badly. Perhaps that old patriarch's ways weren't to the people's liking after all. That Katya, as I found out recently, is a pretty smart girl. Although smarts aren't everything a social worker needs. Without them, it would be even harder for her to settle in this new role. Good luck to her, I guess. Good luck and quick learning. The fascinating world of striving democracy. What now? Now? Nothing. The deed is done and I'm off to Krasno again. It was nice meeting you. Say hi to Dan for me. And if one day you find yourself walking past the Chamber of Commerce at Krasno, don't be shy. Come in and ask for Ivan Ivanovich. We're colleagues now, after all. I'll be sure to do that. Good luck on your way, Ivan Ivanovich. The official nods to you, gathers his things, waits a bit at the door, and finally leaves. A minute later, you hear his car engine start up. Ivan Ivanovich leaves Otradnoye. Well, that's that. Alright, so let's go talk to Katya and to Kovalev. Oh, as you walk into the tavern, you notice the former head of Otradnoye, Kovalev, who sits at one of the tables. He empties a glass from time to time and strokes his mustache. Upon seeing you, he invites you over with a gesture. Care to keep me company? There's so little to do nowadays. Ah, sure thing. I like to rest after my journey. What's going on with you? How's life? Need any help around here? Comrade Kovalev thinks something over, and then starts talking in a quiet voice. You know what I miss a lot? My good old Moskvich model car. My blue little Moskvich. You know, before this Ivan Ivanovich visited us, I didn't even think it was still possible to get a drivable car in our world. But it seems there is room for miracles even in the wasteland. There's a lot of cars in the wastes. No miracles needed. That's true. There are trucks, but light passenger cars like Ivan Ivanovich had. Nope, never seen one after the war. I keep meaningful silence. So I was thinking, maybe you can help me out. You look like a capable person. Maybe you saw a car in your travels. I'd take a car in any state of disrepair. My hands still remember the tools I used to fix up my old bolt bucket. The village will sure be glad to get a working car. The old man looks at you with hope in his eyes. How will you pay me? Kovalev shakes his head. I don't really have a lot of money. No savings, and now no access to the village funds. Even if I had it still, I would not use the people's money in that way. Fixing a car? What foolishness. For most, a car is nothing but a pretty picture in an old magazine or a rusty husk on the side of the road. Kovalev's eyes grow brighter. He hits himself on the knee, happy with his new idea. I've got it. You're a good man. Everyone knows that. If you help me, I'll fix the car, and you will get one, and you will get to use it. If I get to fixing one, that is. Cars are pretty rare nowadays. I don't know if I can help you, but trying is easy. Sure thing. Good luck on your quest, and please, tell me as soon as you learn something new. Okay, gotta find a car in the wastes. Let's talk to Katya about her new position. Katya is completely immersed into paperwork. She lifts her gaze slowly and nods to you, albeit not really sure of what's going on. Hey, and I'm here. She shows you the documents with a powerless smile. Working and working all day long. And I came here to congratulate you on your victory. Thank you very much. The situation makes the girl blush a bit, and she again lowers her gaze to the scattered papers. Can we talk? About the village, the rumors, stuff like that? About the village, huh? Fine. That'd be a good topic to check my knowledge of the place. As a leader, I must know every nook and cranny by now. Is it hard to be the boss around these parts? Katya quietly sighs. It's not easy for sure. I always fear mistakes. Not that I doubt myself, really, but I fear that when I finally make a mistake, I won't recognize it. That's why I'm rereading every paper I have here before I put it away. What can you say about Otradnoye now that you're the boss? I'll say that it only looks calm, but it sure is not. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm gonna restart. I'll say that it only looks calm, but it sure is not. You can't imagine how much goes on in here, really. Old people always double check whether I got what type of funeral they want. Karina asks about the infrastructure, possibly without knowing the meaning of the word. That woman sure likes to test her leader. What's the hardest thing in leadership? The hardest, huh? Katya chuckles. Understanding Comrade Kovalev's handwriting. Comrade Mikoyan's is better, and he's a medic. Heard any interesting rumors? Old people always tell me of a man that visits our village from time to time, along with his pet pig. Sure, he's pretty strange, but they are literally scared of him. They say that he tells them things that make them fear the night. They asked me to ask Gian to chase the old man away from our village, but I doubt such measures are needed, really. Okay. I was told that there is a man with a pig, and you can get strength from him or something. There's a quest with that guy with the pig. So if I see him, I'll be sure to do that quest. When you finish your job, I'd like to talk to you more privately. Katya looks sad and sorry. The girl looks like she's trying to remember a catchy new phrase she learned. I hear you, but I'm afraid those summer nights I was sitting alone with my calculations to the pub are gone, and not coming back. Maybe they'll make a comeback for me. In Katya's eyes and on her face, there's a fight between two feelings. The debt she owes to the people of her village, and the attraction towards you. I mean, who thought that picking mushrooms for somebody would have led to all this? She finally lowers her gaze with a shy smile. I'd have liked that to happen. Really, I would. But, let me tell you when I'm ready, okay? Here's why I'm here. Could you possibly lend me some money from the village funds? Katya swallows a bit and her eyes grow large out of surprise. But what do you mean? It's the people's money. I can't just give it away. Listen up. This is a really important business venture, and it can be pretty lucrative for you and the village. Alright. That's fair. Actually, I wonder if the pig guy's here. If I waited a couple of days, he might show up. I guess I gotta go hunt down bandits. How long have I been recording? 35 minutes. I should probably call it here. In the next episode, I'll hunt down bandits. I'll come back to the village, try and find the pig man. Yeah, I got a handful of things to do. And I have to go report to Dan about the election, right? Yeah, okay. So next episode, we'll head towards Dan's factory while fighting bandits and cultists along the way for that other quest. Right, and this was several gangs stalking the vicinity of Paragon. I think 3 would be enough. Oh, no, it's so near Paragon. Oh, whatever. Alright, well, I'm gonna call it here. In the next one, we'll deal with more quests. Thanks for watching, and hope to see y'all in the next one.